I remember I sent bro FLPs. It's like old melodies, 2017 melodies, and then you got the new sauce on there, and people are like, "Oh man, that's like old Future. This shit hard."
Focused, you know what I'm saying? Like lyrics first. When you're skilled at your craft, I'm gonna appreciate that, regardless of what. You know, image is just image.
I could just give out one general piece of advice for lo-fi. Pose with frequency in mind, texture matters, and groove matters.
A gym for producers, bro. Don't fucking stop practicing your melody. They may fucking suck right now. It happens. We all sucked at one point, but just keep practicing.
Do not give up. Like, no matter how nothing bad gets, bro. If you feel like this is what you want to do, bro, and you feel like this is what's gonna take you to the level of you just being happy, not even just happy, but just like happy financially, bro. Stick to this, bro. Don't let nobody tell you nothing different.
Check, 1, 2. What's up with y'all? You already know it's your boy 215 Guy Beats, aka Streets, aka you already know this. Producer's new favorite podcast and the first official bonus off the radar, off season episode of Let Me Rap With You. Happy Easter, everybody. As you know, you already know how we is with the Let Me Rap With You podcast. We know everybody don't celebrate the holidays, but you know, some people do, and especially, you never know. You might have kids who like the podcast now, especially as far as we going. You never know. These kids coming out producing young now, man. So, you feel me? You never know where it's going now. So, we always try to make sure we get as many holidays as we can possible. And, keep the spirits going. But, as you know, of keeping the spirits going, even though we off the season and off the radar, this podcast is still sponsored by Demolaire. And if you think you dripping, you ain't dripping until you come shop with us. So you make sure you get my guy Smash 215 at Demolaire Shop on Instagram. That's DEMOLIR Shop. I done told y'all this for 3 seasons already, and I'm going to have to keep telling y'all by the 4th season. I don't know how long I'm going to be saying this until y'all get the picture. But, of course, y'all know this podcast is sponsored by Major Loops as well. Producers, how many times have I said this? Looking for those placement-worthy samples? Y'all been complaining about, oh, I ain't got no placement-worthy loops, or you know. You know why? Because you ain't shout out my guy Rory Lux. You ain't hit him up. Or even go on MajorLoops.com to make sure you check out the great 808s, kicks, claps, snares, hi-hats, open hats, closed hats, percussions, toms, omnisphere banks, you name it, midis, constructions, samples, loops of all kinds. Shout out to my guy Rory Lux, MajorLoops.com. Great kits, great prices, for sure. And this podcast is also sponsored by No Rival Shop. Shout out my guy to mine. Shout out No Rival Shop. Definitely wouldn't be here without you guys. Everything y'all have done for us, behind operations and, what the fans don't see. Because, what the fans really only see is, what we doing now. But what goes on behind closed doors, what goes on behind operations and everything. Man, shout out to mine. Shout out to everybody. NoRivalShop.com. The Wolves collection, the luxury collection, art collection, mystery boxes, $11 tees, katana swords, Naruto headbands. Yes. I'm going there, NoRivalShop.com. You feel me? And of course, and shout out to everybody who's been purchasing, because everybody's been giving great responses on the shipment and stuff. Definitely shout out to everybody who is copping the Let Me Rap With You merch. Definitely shouts out to everybody copping it, from the rolling trays to the tees to the jogger pants to even a mask. Protecting yourself out here. Protecting yourself the right way. Protecting yourself with masks from us. Doing it right. But besides that, positive vibes, man. Even though we off the radar, we hope that, everybody's still doing good, that producers, you still cooking up some crazy beats. Rappers recording some nice reference tracks, or even producing for your album right now. Or not producing for your album, but you putting tracks together for your album right now. You know, like I said, man, you know, this like I said, this off season. So, you know, off day, you know, we lit. You feel me? So, about to send the guests a Zoom call for the holiday. You know, we ain't gonna be doing too much. But aside from that, man, you know, great year, great guests. Shout out to everybody who showed out for season 3. You know, season 4, we got a lot coming for y'all. We got a lot coming. So make sure y'all follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram. You know, just make sure y'all follow us on the Discord. That's where we keep the exclusive updates. You know, Twitter, Instagram, we telling y'all most of it, but, you know, we ain't telling y'all all of it. The exclusive information always goes to our Discord. And shout out to our Discord moderator and runner, Akame. Definitely couldn't have the Discord server without him. And boom. Like I said, man, you know, one thing I've been, you know, practicing, I really haven't been saying much in the intro segments, because I'm about to start having the intro segments be for the fans, where they do like guest calls and stuff. So, you know, I kind of just been practicing, like, you know, saving certain things just for, like, you know, guest calls and stuff like that. So, you know, it's all a part of planning. All a part of putting everything together, you know. But our guest just actually entered. Let's accept this. All right, for sure.
All right, I'm with you now. I'm with you.
Let Me Rap With You podcast. We got a very special guest in the building. Now, there's one thing that we don't talk about enough in the podcast, because we talk about so many artists that are coming out, so many producers that are coming out, but we don't talk about diamonds in the rough. We don't talk about those. Yeah. We don't talk about those who, you know, trust me, like, as many guests have y'all seen me interview, like, we all know they doing great. But what about the ones that we don't know about? I happen to know a bunch of them. And I'm going to tell you, this is a gem in the diamond that y'all need to be digging the fuck up before I even finish this intro segment. Because if y'all ain't dig this diamond up already, y'all ain't dig this gem, y'all ain't tuned into this kid yet, I wish I could slap y'all side of it. I wish I could slap y'all side of the head like I was y'all mama. Because we got very special guests. The ladies' man, not even the 80s man, the voice in the building. What's up with you, baby? Look, man, I had to make it a little interesting tonight.
Okay, you did that.
Had to, bro, man. Look, man, I always like the sauce on the podcast, but man, look, man, we talking about one of the hottest up and coming R&B singers that's in the new generation of music. You are definitely one of my favorites, you know.
I appreciate that, man. I need to appreciate you again for that intro. Boy, that was a good intro. I ain't gonna shit. I shit you not.
Look. That's definitely one for the books, my friend. I ain't get nobody no intro like that. That was one.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. I really do.
Hey, man, look, man. I just say it how it is. I say it how I feel, man. But you know, I'm gonna let you say it how I feel. I'm gonna let you tell the people, you know, where you from. You know how music started for you. I'll let you start it off.
All right, yeah. Well, you know, I like to tell this story because everything is controversial and is like certain stuff that people wouldn't even just tell you or do, you know, for other people. I feel like my music, I put it out there as a service. Let me go ahead and tell you where I'm from. First of all, I'm from Mississippi, West Point, Mississippi, little school, graduated with a class of about 230, something like that, you know. So not very many people, and I like that to some extent. And I grew up on a farm, man, just working every day as a little kid. singing outside, you know, had a voice. Started singing in the church. That's what it all started at. That's usually where it all starts for a lot of people, you know, I guess they're singing. But 6 years,
Producers, like honestly,
okay,
like you said, starts everywhere. Like what's his name? Billboard producer Cassius Jay.
okay,
He started in the church. Zaytoven started in the church, you know, with piano
yeah,
that. So, you know, especially, you know, because of, you know, no matter whether it's urban or rural, or it don't matter where we come from, like a lot of our parental backgrounds, you know, they started at church. So
yes,
that's just natural for most of us, you know, like, and it is, and that's in like, you know, all places, like, you know, most of us, like our parents just started in church. So how old were you when
yeah.
you actually started going?
That's exactly what I was gonna say next. You know, I guess my mom, you know, my mom showed me pictures of me and her stomach at church as a baby. So, you know, before I was even conscious of what was going on, I was in the church. So I started singing in the
You was in
choir.
God's house before you was even in God's house.
Okay, I'm trying to tell you, I was there, you know. So I don't know if I soaked all that up then or what, but I got in the choir around 6. I want to say 6, age 6, and I've been blowing ever since. I ain't like being in the background, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to be in the front. I wanted to be the one leading the song. Like, okay, what I gotta do to do this? You know what I'm saying? I just came up in the church, you know what I'm saying? I would have been the choir director right now if this was you know, if that was my path, but I don't think that was for me, you know. But yeah, I started in the church on up through school, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really sing that much in school until I got to a point to where I heard about these talent shows and things like that, you know. And I'm like, okay, shit, I can sing. I got a talent. I think I can do something with that, you know. And yeah. And I've always been interested in the R&B aspect, the R&B subject, you know, just the, because that's what I came up around, really, gospel and R&B, you know, down here in the South, you know, blues and all that. I ain't really hear all this fast hip hop type thing, you know. But I listen to it, but that's just not my thing, you know. I like to slow it down, something that you can listen to and learn something from. And I'm gonna get to that a little later. I'm gonna get to that. So yeah, in school, I started a little group, you know, called DBM. You know, I started a group, and that went away for me. But we got it popping, you know, in my little area down there. It's called the GTA down here in Mississippi. Shout out to the GTA, you know. But it's like a triangle of cities, you know. So I was known all around that. My group was, you know, just that's that singing nigga right there. That nigga that be singing shit like that, you know. And it just took off from there, man. I got more and more serious with it after high school, but took a little break. I went to the military, but it never left me because that's what's in my heart, and it's still there. You know, I just get better and better as I do it now.
And as you were saying earlier, you know, some of the roots you came up of was like blues, jazz, and
Yes.
you know, like gospel and stuff like that. Who were some of your favorite, you know, influences growing up?
Okay, you said on that tip of the R&B and all the blues, man,
Mm-hmm.
Jodeci. Woo, Jodeci.
Mm-hmm.
Jodeci, Keith Sweat, he sound like a goat, but that man can sing. Yeah, Keith Sweat, all those, and in the blues, you know what I'm saying? BB King was heavy down here, you know, and really heavy. But I ain't really just back then. I couldn't really grasp the blues. I never really grasped it. You know, saw the full effect that really make it touch my soul back then. But and you know now it's falling off. It's not really even talked about that much. But yeah, with the R&B tip, okay. Ooh, R. Kelly, that's my man. Just the groups really. Edge,
Love
man.
Jagged Edge.
It's so much.
And you know, like you said, like for me, it was different. Like me, everybody knows 215 guy as the trap lover, the lo-fi, the funk lover. Like
Yeah.
everybody know me for that. But you know, secretly, like that was later on. Like I'm not gonna say like my mom, like You know, my mom this is my mom's car. I'm a kid. It's not my damn car. So, you know, my mom going, you know, mom dude's gonna play whatever the fuck she want. You feel me? So
okay, yeah.
So you feel me? Like, so in the beginning, because you know, I was just coming from what my mom listened to, for me, it was like, and I was living in my grandmother's house, so it was like Miles Davis, Luther Vandross,
Yeah.
Bob Marley, I'm gonna say my mom, when I used to ride with her, she used to take me to school. Boys the Men, that was
Yeah.
definitely one. Jodeci, I honestly, like, I really became a Jodeci fan once I heard How Do You Want It by Tupac. That's when I really became a fan, because like when I heard them sing on How Do You Want It, I said, who are these? I'm like, and then I'm asking my mom, like, Mom, who is that?
Yeah, who this is?
I'm like, that's Jodeci. I listen to them in the car all the time. I'd be like, man,
This was them?
that's what I'm
Okay.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like, I didn't really like had the time to really develop that, and then like, you know, of course, you know, R. Kelly, you know, like, you know, and this, you know, I was a kid, you know, this is before, you know, we grew to, you know, see all the controversial things that are going on with him, but
Yeah.
you know, even before that, like, I'm sorry, bro, to this day, like, you might find Chocolate Factory. So if it ain't
okay,
if it ain't, so it's somewhere in my mom. It's somewhere in my mom's house. Cause I took it for a minute, and then like I lost it in the house. Like, it's weird. So it's like, but you know, like, you know, and I definitely understand, because like, and it's no offense to the had to hit that L before I dropped this.
Already.
Had to hit the L before I dropped this quick jewel. No offense to like the trap era, but me, and this is just coming from like, and like you said, we're talking about the R&B, we're talking about the classics, and before we even get to anything else, I have to address this only because, you know, everybody know, like, you know, I'm not full time yet. I'm still working a 9 to 5, so I'm going to explain. I'm in Philly, 215 all day. Y'all already know where I'm at. I listen to Power 99 we have a radio at the job. Okay. Listen to Power 99. It's like a hip hop and R&B. So, you know, it's a mixture of both. I listen to it for, let me see, I work from 7 to like 4, so maybe about 9-10 hours a day. A good 9 to 10 hours a day, 6 days a week. So almost about a good estimate of 60 hours I listen to radio.
Okay.
90%, and I'm going to say it as it is. I'm going to say this as it is. 90% of the songs that are played on the radio, at least up here in my section in the East Coast, 90% of them are samples from all the songs from back in the day that, you know, your parents grew up to, and that, you know, they probably tried to put us on to. 90% of these songs that are out, even though they got the little trap bass drums, like they got the trap 808s that we all can fuck with.
Yeah.
It's the vibe. It's a vibe.
Okay.
That's why I said definitely shout out to the new generation too. It's a vibe.
Okay.
But the fact that 90% of these songs that are coming out are coming from like samples from early 2000s, 90s, 80s, 70s. We can keep going back. It just goes to show how much of an impact that the music that you came up upon has really like influenced generations and generations and generations.
And it's crazy, man. It keeps showing up, you know, and it can't be denied. You know what I'm saying? It's like that genre is like timeless to me. You feel me? It'll never be played out because it becomes a part of you. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, it becomes a part of you, and it stays with you wherever you go. You know, like, you know, you find yourself doing stuff that your mom and your dad did in your own house now because you grew up watching them. You know, it just it just fits and it feels good. You know, maybe it brings back a memory or anything like that. See, that's my whole thing with music. If my music isn't touching you, if it doesn't move you in a certain kind of way, then by all means, please go to the next song. You know, I won't be mad. I'm making my songs for people that need that song at that time, you know, whether it be emotionally, mentally, or whatever, you know. It's there for you as something to help you, you know. That's really what I want to do, you know, really to help people, you know, through certain situations, through my music.
Wow, wow, that's actually crazy. And now it's like,
Yeah.
because it's like, and before we even get into like, you know, the process behind each song, it's like when I listen to like all the like to the few singles that you have out now, when I listen to it, no matter what you talk about, there's passion in it, no matter what it is, no matter if it's a vibe, no matter if you're expressing something or venting to a woman, or even just like no matter what the topic is, you
Yeah.
always bring that passion with each song that you drop every time.
Yes, sir.
And with what you just said, like I sat there like, now I see why he's
Okay.
he's gonna be a hit maker. Each song just coming, because it's like, you know. And before we get into the songs, I actually want to know, because like it's been my curiosity ever since I started listening to you. The name, was it natural that you were just going to name yourself The Voice? because of that mindset, because you want to help people, because you want to make sure that what you say in a song actually can hit somebody.
You feel me?
Is that how you came up with the name for yourself?
Yes, you know, that's basically it. Because usually, you know, you listening to a song really, and you listening to it, you hear what he's saying and all that. But if you can't feel anything from his voice, or like, you know, most people, I don't know, it's just so dry and no feeling behind it. The emotion, like I said, the voice, I'm gonna be the voice, the voice that you need to hear to impact and help with what you need at that time. You know what I'm saying? And that is exactly how I came up with The Voice. And I am The Voice.
That's lit pops, man. That's why.
Okay.
That's honestly like, because I always try to like wonder like how people come up with their names, and like that's honestly like probably the best reasoning and like passion behind a name ever that I've heard.
Yeah.
Honestly, because like, you know, even like, I mean, like even my name, like my name has meaning itself. Like 215 guy, like I rep my city no matter what, no matter how big I get, I'm having my city on my back with me. So
Okay.
that's what I'm saying. Like to me, it's like if you're gonna have a name, like it has to have meaning. Like, because like honestly, like I've probably gone through 8 names before I probably had my final name. I probably gone through 8 names, because like my former name used to be Streets, but that was because my hood gave me my name. I'm not going. You gotta run with that. So it's like,
Yeah.
you gotta run with that. But like then like my homie like just came up with like 215 guy, like, because like he told me like I have a knack of like bringing like certain people together. And he's like, bro, you're like a god at this. Like I don't know how. And it's like,
Okay.
and it's like, and when he said that, like he's like, bro, you like a god at bringing people together sometimes, bro. And when he said that, and I thought about it, because when we said it, where we was at, like I can't really describe. It's like our little spot in the city where we want to like, we want to vent, or we just want to like just chill and just like get a little like sky view.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we just, you know, we go there. You know, nobody don't know about that shit, but
Yeah.
you know, we was going there, we was talking about that shit, and when he told me about that, I said I do this, bro, because I love my city. That's it. That's it. Like that's probably the one thing you can't take from me.
Yeah.
I can be a broke ass nigga tomorrow. I could be a broke ass nigga tomorrow, but you can't take my city from me.
Yeah, still be repping. Yeah, it's me. And that's the loyalty, you know what I'm saying? Now, and when you get to where you need to be, you need your city behind you and all that. And then they need to know that you ain't gonna forget about them. You know, that's all comes into play with the networking and all that. And when you know, really get into the business of things, doing this, trying to get on and put on for your city. And like you said, 215 God beats. Godly. I'm a god with the shit.
Mm-hmm.
That confidence right there alone, you know what I'm saying, pushes you further. And just your mindset, you know what I'm saying? You say your name, 215 God beats. That all just make you feel like shit. All my shit, ether, you know what I'm saying? Whatever I make. Yeah, You know, man, that's kind of like motivation in your name. You hear me?
It has to be every time.
Yeah.
But you know, not. I don't know how to say this because speaking of that, being in my city, you know, it was just a random day, and you know, before we get into our home, you know, before we get into the great big homie, you know, shout out to my management and operations of the podcast. You know, he be helping me behind the scenes, Southside D.
Yes,
He
sir.
had just text me one day. He said, "Bro, you gotta listen to this kid." And you had already had the song out on Spotify, so I had my PlayStation connected to the TV and the Spotify and all that shit like hooked in together to it.
Yeah.
So I was blasting the show on my TV, and from the beginning, like I just sat there like, who is this? Like I sat there like, why is he not like one of the top heads of R&B right now?
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I have to say that because it's like, bro, I'm gonna keep it a bean. I'm gonna say this on the podcast. Anybody who truly knows me, like if you grew up with me or any of that shit, like my mom, like if I could call my mama right now and verify if I want to, but you know we're not gonna go there. Mama Price,
Okay.
Mama Price, we ain't even gonna go there. But like R&B is it's very hard to get me as an R&B fan. It's very, very, very hard. It's very hard. Like I can rarely name R&B artists I can listen to. That's how crazy this factor is. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I'm laying all these factors on the podcast right now. So it's like, like the fact that it's a controversy that, you know, I'm even interviewing an R&B artist who I'm such a fan of. Like that's a controversy itself.
Okay.
Because like I said, like people looking at me like you interviewing an R&B artist. Oh man, times have changed. That's why I say anybody who know me, they'll sit there like times have changed. He listen. Oh God.
Man, what's going on?
That's why I said like all my homies could like they could verify right now. Like this nigga don't listen to any R&B. Like the only time I listen to R&B is if I'm with my god sister. Like she put the like I don't know if it's her playlist or like the little YouTube playlist, but like you know she good with the classic playlist. Shout out to sis. You know, definitely had some crew parties popping with the classics. You know, that's what I'm saying. So it's like when I heard London Bridges, man, I had to I'm trying to picture myself just like sitting in a chair like this, like just sitting in a chair like this in that studio, whatever studio he was in. I'm trying to just picture myself like you know, if anybody like the way I got like, you know, the camera, everybody on the camera can see like I'm trying to just picture myself like just sitting in a studio like right now, just trying to watch you record this and just be so fucking astounded. Like what? So now me getting back in my interview mode, you know, like so what was the influence behind London Bridges, man? Because to this day, that song sits in my playlist as a gem.
Okay, yeah. London Bridges falling down, right? You know, really, like I said, we're gonna give a shout out to Southside D. You know what I'm saying, the big homie. He, I came to him with like a template. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the kind of song I want to do, something like this. You know, some with something that everybody know already, and like, you know, reference it or link it with any emotion or like something that goes on in a relationship. So he kind of came up with like, you know, he gave me like through some words that we brainstorming, and we just came up with, you know, he just came up with the London Bridges is falling down. You know, I was rocking with it, and it took off from there. Really, you know, that's like Durham, you know what I'm saying? When I come into a beat block, or not beat block, I don't make beats or whatever it is, the lyric, whatever they call it for the artist.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think right now. But when I can't think of
Writer's
shit,
block.
man,
Writer's
yeah,
block. Writer's block.
That's it. That's it. When I can't think of shit, man, you know what I'm saying? I ask Durham, like, do we have any ideas, anything like that? And the man has some good shit. And I'm like, maybe you should write songs. Like, why you playing? You know? But yeah. So basically, like I said, the engine that fueled that song was what had to be Durham. You know, Southside D. Shout out to him. He helped me with that one. You know, I provided the voice as usual. You know, and I filled in some spots here and there. But like the inspiration for it came from Durham, Southside D.
You know, it's crazy because I was actually just talking to a client today, and like, he sent me some stems, and like I had mixed and mastered it for him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he paid me and everything, and it didn't come out to be the final song, but it still came out to be a good reference song because what we were talking about, like, see me, I'm not scared to talk to my clients. I'm not just the get money guy. You pay me and I just do the job and I don't talk to you. No, I'm going to talk to you like in between the job, before the job gets done. Like anybody who know me, like my clients, they can all back me up. Like, like I still hit probably all my clients up today. Like, and most of them probably haven't even bought beats in a minute. I haven't even sold beats like that in a minute, but that's just kind of the thing I have with my clients, like we cool. So
yeah,
he was talking to me, I think it was today or yesterday. I cannot remember. He was talking about going to a studio and actually being like with an engineer personally, because we just did the email thing. We did the email thing. And me, with my experience, see me, I didn't, most people that, get me, like me, who get the money, they'll probably tell them like, oh, you don't need to do that, this, that, and the third. No. I told him straight up. I told him straight up, bro, as long as you got the budget for it,
yeah,
that's a fucking good idea. Like, dog, do that shit. Like, that's the thing. I didn't get mad. I didn't get in my feelings about anything. I told him do that shit because me, like, I was rapping before making beats. So
yeah,
me personally, I know the pros of actually going to a studio with a good engineer. And that's why I told him, I said, bro, like, if you know you can bet your cards on this engineer, do that shit. I would tell him, like, cause me, like I said, I'm just like, I'm a mix and master person. Like, I don't work in an actual studio. So if I have a client that goes to an actual studio, I will always reference that before, what I do.
yeah.
Like, to me, it's cause I might be producing for them. So I might be producing for them too. So the quality matters for me regardless. So it's like, cause I might be producing for them too. So like, that might be one of my beats coming out and that'd be a quality song, because instead of me being in my feelings thinking I can be the top dog all the time. No, if I know that, oh, that's where you're going, do it.
Yes, sir. See, and that ain't no hating. That ain't no hating ass shit. You got motherfuckers that that don't even want to mess with you no more. Like, dang, you move. What you going somewhere else for? Like,
no,
why?
leveling up is a matter. That's always it don't matter if you're a producer, artist, fashion designer, photographer, videographer, freaking blogger, streamer. Freaking, I'm not gonna go down the list of nigga too high for that shit. But yeah, it don't matter what it is. Leveling up is always a thing. Yeah. Trust me, like I always tell people, like I'm gonna level up. But even with the people that I'm around, they gonna level up. They might level up somewhere else before I level up again. It's gonna happen no matter what. But the one factor that I want to talk about is the importance of having a good engineer, because you explained it in that process of London Bridge. Just having a good engineer, and then like you said, shout out to Southside D, he was also behind the boards too. And just having a great engineer is a really, really big importance. I didn't interview engineers on this podcast. So in their defense, and all of the engineers who I know, the great ones, the good ones, the ones who care about the product of the artist, who care about the artist.
Yes, sir.
I need you to explain from the artist's perception, you know, like when you're in that studio, like some of the great qualities of an engineer.
Okay, the great qualities of an engineer from the artist percent. With that word you just said, I'm a little, yeah. Um, okay, great engineer. Like, well, he working with you, man. He is not like, because I take criticism and all of that, But if I'm in there and I'm doing my thing, and you just going along with everything, and I know some stuff could be better, like it just sends off a vibe to me, like, and you don't really care about my craft. You just want your money. You know what I'm saying? You just want the money, and that's what you in it for. Like, but if you like trying to give me like little tips and stuff like that, because you can see what I can improve or anything that could help me, you know what I'm saying, in the process of making this song. I look at that as like, okay, he paying attention. He's comprehending what I'm doing enough to see what I can do better, you know what I'm saying? And it's all opinions, and most people they can't take criticism or whatever it may be, or a little tip, and they, oh, this is my song, I do it how I want to. Show enough, but if anybody can agree on something that this sounds better, or you can like at least give it some attention, I just see that as they're on another level with me as an engineer, because they genuinely care about me as an artist, not just this my job, this what I'm gonna do, this I'm gonna get this money real fast. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna put no extra into it. It gonna be what it gonna be. I don't like to work with people like that, and it'll always be a problem with me when the engineer is like that, because I want all the help I can get, That's basically what networking is. You help me, I help you, We both gonna get it together. But we both have to bring something to the table. If I'm the only one, bringing something to the table, then it ain't beneficial for me. It's only helping you, i.e. be the money that I give you and not my song that I'm doing in here, So that's my take on it from the artist, the word you said. Yeah, I forgot that word.
Artist perspective. But
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you why I agree on some of those factors, and I'm going to say this from an engineering perspective. It doesn't matter how great my talent is, it don't matter, what I do. When I'm doing an artist song, 9 times out of 10, like 9 times out of 10, even after that first like reference mix that we do, I'm gonna have some ideas like, oh, I want to cut the beat here, or I want to chop a vocal here, or I want to copy and duplicate that shit here. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Like, for me as an engineer, like, yes, it's a working process doing it, but just doing the basic like mixing and tweaking and EQs, I'm not even gonna bullshit you, bro. Like that shit ain't no fun for me. Like just doing the basic shit. Like I'm gonna keep it a beam with you. Like, how can I say this? I gotta fuck it up a little bit. You feel me? I gotta fuck it up a little bit when I mix somebody's song. I might text you and say, yo, bro, this part that you said right here, I feel like at the end of the song, we should put that same part right there just because it might sound hot because I've done that with a lot of songs, because depending on what you talk about in the song really can depend on what you can bring back. So like it's times when actually I'm gonna break down the greatest reference I can talk about. And this was actually with a song that my label did.
Okay.
Well, the song's not on all platforms. If anybody gives a shit and wants to go on SoundCloud and search up the song, It's called Strain Diesel by Retro Finesse. Retro Finesse, it has $ S's, okay? That's it. Retro Finesse, Strain Diesel. If anybody cares to search up the song. But when me and my crew did it, before the beat dropped, my guy Trilla, he did like a 4-bar. He did like a little 4-bar right before the beat dropped. Cause me and my cousin, we did a hook together. Like we kind of like shared like the A bar and the hook. And the hook was supposed to be when the beat dropped. So like I go in, then my cousin go in. So right before the beat dropped, Trilla had did like a little 4-bar. And when I heard that shit, I'm like, yo, that shit crazy. We gonna keep that. Cause like we didn't know how we was gonna do this, John. And then it's like when he did that little 4-bar, I said, yo, that's like all he did was that 4-bar. But when I tell you that 4-bar became a big essential to the song, because I told him, I said, bro, that 4-bar is all we need, like from you. That's all I need. We gonna keep that from you. Cause like Strain Diesel, we had like 5 people on the song. So like when we did that part, like that 4-bar is like, okay, perfect. I got what I need from you. I did the hook. My cousin did the hook. And then my homies Bar and Moo, they had did the verses. Now, Bar's verse, he did the first verse. It was a 16. When Moo was doing his verse, he had only had a 12-bar written. So we had a dilemma. Like, damn, we got 4 more bars to fill before the hook comes back. We didn't have any ideas of what to come up with. Like you said, that writer's block came in. That shit came right in during this like session. Literally,
and it's serious.
That shit ain't no fucking joke, bro. Like we were stuck for like a good 20 minutes.
I'm telling you.
So then we playing the song back. Freaking, matter of fact, you know what I got? Hold on, I got like this John again now because like I got no, because like you said, like that memory, I gotta put myself back in the groove because like this is exactly how it happened. Like I think me and like somebody else, we go to the store, homies, we go get some snacks and shit. We get some munchies, we fried and shit. So I come back in, I'm high as hell with the Dutch in my hand, fucking like I come in. Trilla playing the song back. He playing it from the beginning. I heard that 4-bar again while I'm hitting the L. Like, so sometimes you take that hit and then like it hits you instantly and you just start like it hits you instantly. And then like when I heard that 4-bar as soon as that weed hit the way it did, I said, bro, play that back one more time. Okay. That's it. Move, you're good. You don't gotta do shit. Everybody looking at me like, whoa, what? So what are we gonna do? You just gonna chop that beat out? It's gonna sound uneven. I said, no. I know exactly what the fuck I'm gonna do. Put my headphones in.
Okay.
Took me 5 minutes. Like I said, copied, like, you know, people, you know, if you want to like imagine yourself using like a Pro Tools or a Mixcraft DAW.
Yeah.
I took the selection and copied and pasted all of Trilla's 4-bar from the intro.
Yes, sir.
And put it in the last 4-bar of the second verse. And when I tell you that shit made it so epic before that last hook came back in.
You just don't even know what to say.
That was probably one of my best sessions ever. And all I did was the hook for that. Me and my cousin, all I did was a hook. I did a 4-bar too, because me and my cousin, we split the hook. We split an 8-bar.
And like you said, all it took was that damn, like a little motivation, a little green, man, and you a little green, and it took you on the rest of the way.
Man, like that. If that ain't an engineering story that can Because I engineer for my label. I engineer literally 99% of my songs. It's probably like a
Yeah.
good like 1% of songs I don't engineer because like I said, I'm not an asshole. Like I got
Okay.
homies that sign with the crew that go to other studios.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's what I'm saying. So like probably I say like a good 95, 99% of my label stuff I mix and master.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I said like that was probably one of my best sessions. Like, and that's just a note for engineers. Like you have to understand, yeah, it's gonna be a work process no matter how you look at it.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
gotta find your niche and have fun with this shit. My niche, and here's the thing, like engineers, if you want to take this gym, take it. I don't care. I'm not selfish. I don't give a fuck. Take this. If you feel like an artist said something fucking lit in a song, and you feel like you can chop it up and put that shit somewhere else, tell him or her.
Run it by them real quick.
I'm telling you, bro, like that. That should be doing wonders. Niggas
Okay, and
people don't know. Cali be on that shit.
it's like I know most people be like, it's my song, like it, but look, other people have ideas too. There's something that you probably couldn't think of at the time that's really bumping. That's popping.
Speaking of ideas, because you dropped London Bridges, then people waiting on the voice to come back for another single. And then you come out with I Want You.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Plan Beats and Southside D.
Yes, sir.
Man,
I Want You.
definitely was in the R&B bag.
Okay. And I Want You, man. That I like that beat. That beat. I love that beat.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I think when you said that, you told that beat the same thing. Like, I want you, shit. Like,
Okay.
like shit, man. Because you definitely gave that whole instrumental vibe, man. Because it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Just from lyrics, the subject, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like I said, man. I'm surprised you ain't got no like small paparazzi fans of ladies swarming in yet, man. I just I just be hearing this shit like he don't got the swarm coming in yet, like
Nah.
yeah.
It's a work in progress, because typically that's gonna be the first. That's gonna be the first crowd. The men, they ain't gonna want to admit that they like my shit until they see the women liking it. And that nigga's crazy. Oh, and they'll be playing in the car, waiting.
Niggas better get out their feelings. First of all, when Southside sent me London Bridges, my girl was right there in the room with me, and
Okay.
and she's sitting there like, who is that? I said, look, if I'd have known already, I'd have told you. That's what I said. Niggas, get out y'all feelings.
Okay.
I'm Gary saying, man, like here's the one thing like before we get into the next topic, I'm gonna go off topic because I just want to talk about some funny shit.
Okay.
I never understood like there's we got the Trey songs, the Marcus Houstons, the Omarions, and we can go down the list. We can go down. We get a long list.
Okay.
We got the Idris Elbas and like I said, like so whether it's celebratory status, music, R&B, Chris Browns. Can I look? Like I said, I can do this all night. I just don't know how long my camera can. But
okay.
But yeah, my camera got like a 2-hour limit. But like no, like man, I never understood like the hate. Like your girl gonna listen to that shit. You know it.
Okay. And I'm really, really, if you get over your ego, my nigga, this is for you. This is information for you to help you
You know,
in your relationship.
man, let me tell you how Trey Songz helped me. When he had that the Chapter 5 album. This is like and this was a this wasn't the current this is not the current relationship. This was like a like years back. When whatever year Chapter 5 dropped. When he went on the tour, he had like the merchandise and all that shit.
Yeah.
His team had distributed like some of it to like stores and stuff like FYE and all that. So they had like packages when you buy the album. So like I think I went to the store because usually when you go to FYE, where I'm like, well, when FYE was the one that I went to that was open. This is back in like when the gallery was still open, but
I remember that stuff.
Yeah. So like usually an album, like regular, like standard edition album, I think price is like $12.99. Limited or deluxe edition is probably like $15 or $16.99. And then like if they had like a merch or like bundle John, like I think it's like probably like 30. It depends on like, you know, how much it is. So
yes, sir.
When I bought Chapter 5, I bought the it was like a Valentine's Day like package.
Yeah.
It was the album, a Trey Songz poster, and what the fuck else was it? Like a Valentine's Day gift card or something? Or a Valentine's Day card? I don't know. I don't remember the other piece, but
it's all good.
Like you said, man, y'all doing it for us.
Okay.
Y'all doing it for us. like
it's
that's what it's for. Like you said, bro. I'm doing the same thing you doing. Like I just don't understand. Like that's what y'all doing it for us.
Okay. What you think the niggas was singing this R&B shit for? Telling you how the woman want to be treated, telling you what they want. They giving you the cheat code, my nigga. You just listen to it and apply it to yours, and maybe yours will get better or go to where you want it to be. You feel me? But if you want to be ignorant, then be ignorant by all means, you know?
Shit, man. They need to just go with the flow. And speaking of flow, man, that was just your most recent single that just dropped.
Yes, sir. Boy, you be setting the shit up, don't you? You be setting that shit up with the words. I
don't have nothing scripted, bro. This is what I do, bro.
That's what I'm saying. It comes natural to you.
Man, I don't script shit, bro. I say how I feel. Like with me, bro. When I heard flow, and you know, I definitely have to thank you and Southside because you guys actually paid me to do the artwork for it. I actually want to thank you for that first off.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah, man, definitely appreciate y'all funding to the service. And that was definitely probably I've always wanted to do a cover with like the wording shit like that. I've always wanted to do a cover like that. I've never did one like that because like I've been seeing so many like artists and like mainstream and underground and shit like where they be having like that shit like they little concept like covers with the little letterings in the background and shit. I've always wanted to do some shit like that. So that's definitely one of my favorite artworks in the books.
And that bitch was lit. It was lit.
Definitely shout out my guy Kizzy on the beat. That's my bro Ham. He will actually be on the podcast in the coming seasons.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so you know, Kizzy, I'll definitely be asking him about the beat behind that. I'll definitely be telling him.
Kizzy,
crazy.
Yeah, he good with them. He good with that with the mix up, man, on them beats. Yeah, I did Did a couple of his
Kizzy got
beats.
those. He got them R&B vibes, bro.
Yes, sir.
People just don't understand. He gonna take over with them R&B vibes. He gonna take
And
over.
where he from again? Like
if I'm going to be correct, I think it's Montreal.
Yeah, I know it was Canada.
Let me hold on. I'm gonna say it because I was just right in the group chat with Kizzy. I'm gonna check his page right now.
It's like crazy.
Yeah.
What I want to know what his
Oh yeah,
I can't wait for the podcast. Okay.
Montreal. We definitely Montreal. We definitely had that one on the ball. Shout out to Montreal. They definitely been I've been checking the analytics for the podcast. Definitely been having some Montreal listeners, besides Kizzy. Definitely shout out to Montreal before we, continue. But man, especially when you said get lifted like my weed, I'm like, oh, this is the vibe. I'm like, this is the vibe.
Yes, sir.
Man, you just had to tell the ladies one time to go with the flow.
Man, the ladies, yeah, because most of the time, you know what I'm saying, man, they always wanna women. We ain't gonna get on that right now. But go with the flow, man. It's just simple. You won't sure you may not want to or whatever it is at that time with a problem, but man, the best thing to do, just go with the flow. Just go with it. They're gonna be the best thing for you, less stressful and all that. Sometimes now, I got another song that I'm gonna make for when you don't need to go with the flow, but we'll get to that in the future when that song comes out.
Man, definitely, man. I can't wait for the next single, man. Southside been telling me, it's been a couple in the vault, but before we end the podcast, with the usual questions, I definitely want to talk about your relationship with Southside D, man, because y'all definitely carry a bond.
Yeah, and I met him when I started working at a job, and he was my coworker, and actually the first person in there that they put me with because he was training me to do what I was doing, and we were talking and all that, and we were talking and all that stuff, and I don't know how the conversation came up about music, but somehow it did, and when the universe sends you signs, my nigga, you act upon it, and that's all that was. When I got sent to that job, first day, you know what I'm saying? Woo, got to talk, you know what I'm saying? Talk to the click with the nigga, we were talking about the music, the aspect. He used to write music, he made beats, he got beats, so on and so forth. I showed him my old songs, because I'm excited. I'm like, yeah, nigga, I'm about to reel this nigga in. He is about to like my shit today. You know what I'm saying? So it got to the point, we on break and stuff. We will be, chopping it up, listening to some music of mine or some beats, i.e., and he was like, man, I think you gonna get somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Kind of the motivation, because I was kind of at a point where like, damn, I don't know where to start because I didn't know the business behind this stuff. I could sing, true enough, but it's a motherfucker out here that can't sing and can't rap, but he'll get farther than me because he knows the business. You know what I'm saying? It's not really about the talent anymore. It's the business of the thing. And I find that crazy as well. And so we just clicked, man, like for real, like it's supposed to be. Engineer, artist, goddamn, engineer, artist, we got together on some shit and started doing some stuff. He would take me to the studio up in Jackson, his hometown, and link me in with some guys up there, and we just started producing and making magic, and all that time, has built that we came closer and closer and shit like that, man. And even outside of the music, he's you're a good person to talk to. He's down to earth, man. He's like that old voice that a goddamn speak some reason into you. You know what I'm saying? He ain't that old, but he old. That's why I like to say old ass nigga. But
Look,
it's all
I
good.
can vouch for that.
Yeah.
So I love you, bro. I love you, bro. I do. But
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I gotta keep it 100. No, I'm sorry. That's my brother. I love you to death, but I vouch that statement, bro. I vouch for that.
Okay, I'm trying to tell you, man. And he just basically brought in, he ushered in like the other side of it, like the timing and all that, and the distro kid and the whatever, the publishing and all of that. I ain't know shit about none of that. You hear me? And Durham just pointed me in the right direction. So, you know what I'm saying? I owe a lot of that to him. And I always tell him I appreciate him for what he did, you know what I'm saying? Because without that, I wouldn't be where I am today in the music, you know what I'm saying? He came at the right time when I was really saying, damn, fuck this shit, because I need to focus on getting a good job and stuff like that. But now I know what I need to do because it's already done. And that's how you have to think, man. It's already done. You just waiting.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Putting the pieces where they need to go, and you just waiting. That's all I'm doing right now. Just wait.
Yes, sometimes it's all it need to be.
Okay.
But before, like, I always like to ask these last two questions for the podcast. I always like to ask my second favorite one first. So, if you can be in the studio with any artist right now, like they can call your phone right now, like they call your phone right now while we doing this interview, and they say like, "Yo, after you done doing your little situation, come to the studio, yada yada." It don't matter who it is. Who would that artist be?
Man, I'm gonna tell you, and this is another contradictory statement, because he's not even an R&B artist. But I like the way he do his music and how he uses his voice as an instrument. That's what captivates me and has me listening and listening. And this nigga give a fuck what time it is. This nigga called me. It's over with. Like, I don't care. Nigga, you sign a deal, no money. I don't do. It's Young Thug. That's my nigga, man. I don't, you know what I'm saying? He's outgoing. He don't give a fuck. Yeah, in your face. He in your face with this shit.
That's it, man. Shout out to Slime.
Okay.
Shout out to Slime for sure. Man.
That nigga, he can sing to you. He gonna use that voice and make every noise. He uses his voice to his fullest fucking extent. I'm trying to tell you, like every song, I resonate with every song because of how he do it.
That man is that man is not human. I always tell people that man is not human. And I respect that so much about him. Yeah. Like, that's what I said. Like, I don't give a fuck. I respect that shit about him. That man is not human. But whatever he is, you the goddamn best at that. Okay. That's all I'm gonna say. Man. But the last question that I would ask is that if you can give any R&B artists out there like any advice, whether it's like the craft itself or networking or just getting yourself out there, what is one gem that you would give an R&B artist?
Okay. Sing. R&B artist, whether you're singing, just sing everywhere you go, you know what I'm saying? I sing everywhere, doing everything, working, anything, and it gets a lot of attention, you know what I'm saying? And people, when it gets around, people just come up to you, ask you to sing, stuff like that. And you just be down to earth. And usually when I'm writing my songs, this tip for people, I usually started with things that I go through, that I have gone through. But usually, you know what I'm saying, I was young doing this stuff, so I ain't really go through that. Watch movies. It ain't, you know what I'm saying? Just, it'll help somebody, man, or experience what's going on around you. You know, you ain't really telling the business, you ain't putting no names in there, but you're speaking on the situation. And that's where a lot of genuine good, genuinely good songs come from, because people can relate to what you're saying, because like, damn, I be going through that same shit. Nigga, how did you handle it? Let me listen to this song a little more. Maybe he's gonna tell me how he handled this situation and shit. Maybe I can learn something from this, you know?
Best prime example of that for me is Nipsey. Every time.
Okay.
Every time. Like I said, me when I was rapping, and no matter what genre it goes for any artist, whether it's rap, rock, fusion, jazz, R&B, soul, you know, don't matter what the genre is, if that speaks to you, that speaks to you. And like you said, like, let me play that back one more time. That's how I felt about Lyndon Bridges. I had to play that back a couple times. Had to play that back a couple times. I said, yes, for sure. But man, you already know, like, I'm pretty sure the fans know where we go from here, because y'all already know we about to end it off. But before I do that, bro, and I definitely have to give a shout out to my guy Southside D for putting this together.
Yes, sir.
But it was definitely great having you on the podcast, bro. Like, when it comes to one of the, like, I have to call this a controversial interview, because it's like, you know, like, it's just so out the box for me, for like people who really know. It's just so out the box for me, like, and it's just like, you know, I'm so grateful that, you know, like, we were able to vibe on this shit, bro. Like, no cap, bro. Like, it's probably one of my favorite interviews I've probably had. I'm not even gonna lie. No lie, bro. I'm not, like, this probably is one of my, you know, and it's hard, because like a lot of my interviews are favorites, because it's like, but this is definitely going to be one for the books. Definitely, especially with that intro, because like I said, I done dug so many diamonds out the rough that y'all don't even know about.
Okay.
And like, it's like the way I got podcasts guest booked, I got so many diamonds in the rough. Like, I wish I could just have like a bucket and just be like this is how many I have. Like, I wish I could have a bucket like right now and just like show people like this is how many diamonds are going to be like interviewed soon, that y'all just don't know. Because
you need to know.
Because trust me, bro, like, in the words of Pusha, if you know, you know.
Okay.
And the one thing I know is that it's your boy 215 God Beats, aka Streets, aka you already know this, producer's new favorite podcast, The Voice in the Building.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah,
Let Me Rap With You podcast. Happy holidays. You know, another holiday episode in for the books. And we will be seeing y'all for season 4. Faux show.
Faux show.
Faux show. We'll be seeing y'all season 4. Peace. And peace to you, The Voice.
Okay.
Catch you on the flip side, bro.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna holler at you.
You already.
Okay.